In hard times for us gamers, I managed to build a $250 gaming PC with the looks and the power. Stick around till the end of the video for some tips on how you can build a cheap gaming PC. Let's get right into it. So here's this PC that I did a shorts on a while ago. Let's upgrade it. We're just gonna yeet in this 1050 Ti and check out the, oh shit. We're just gonna check out the performance between the 1050 Ti with the i5-6400. Let's get into it. Alright, here's all the parts that are going in the build. We got this, like, it looks like a mini ITX motherboard, but I don't know, it's a different motherboard. It's not micro ATX, but I don't think it's ITX either. But it has the i5-6400, 8 gigs of RAM, nice IO shield, and then we have I think a terabyte hard drive in here. Here's the 1050 Ti that I almost dropped. Not almost, I did drop it on my table. I'm surprised it didn't fall through my floor. Then we have the 430 watt power supply and the infamous 128 gigabyte SSD. Links in the description. And we have an RGB case also. It's going to be up on the screen right now and in the description. And then as for the old parts, this case, I'm going to have to use it from my house because the housing market is ridiculous and I'm poor. So I'm going to be sleeping in this case. But use my links in the description so I can eat. Anyways, let's just build up this little computer here. I'll kind of show you where the cables go. I don't know, just a little bit more in depth, and I'll show before and after, and then we'll check out the performance. But before we build it, you know the drill, we got to clean this graphics card. I should probably clean myself because I'm kind of crusty, but let's clean this so we get the best performance out of it. Alright, now we can start putting everything on our motherboard. So you take your CPU, we're using the i5-6400. Has a little gold triangle there and it lines up at the edge of the board. Drop it in, break all the pins, that's your goal, really. Your PC will run with like 100 plus frames. Don't break your pins. If you break your pins because I said that, you're just an idiot. I'm sorry. Next is your RAM. See where it says A1 and B1? You install it to the A slots first, but since we only have one stick of RAM, we're doing this one. So A1, line up the notch right there with the notch in the motherboard. And then it should click into place. Alright, now for the cables. So first off, you want to find the one that says CPU. Some power supplies are labeled, some aren't, but if it's not, it's pretty easy to identify. Then it plugs in right there. They both have a clip and you'll feel it click into place. Next is your 24 pin power. This is big one right here. Has a clip as well. Alright, so those are your main power to your motherboard. Next up, when you get it in your case, you have your front panel headers. On your motherboard, you can check it out. On this one, it says power LED, hard drive LED, power button, and reset button. And it's talking about this header right there. So you just follow this pin out, and then, so the power button one, it's saying it's right on the edge. Bam, that's the power button one. And then for your hard drives and stuff, you take a SATA data cable, and that plugs into these little headers right here. And then the other end of this plugs into your hard drive or SSD. And then if your graphics card needs power, which this 1050 Ti doesn't require any, you'll use these power plugs, which are labeled PCIe. 8 pin or 6 pin, and then bam, just plug everything up. So let's just build this thing now. The build is finally done. It took me like 20 minutes apparently. I don't know, it's pretty fast with it, but it looks pretty sexy like me, you know. Drop a like. Anyways, give it a listen.
No.
Whew. Super nice. So this build costs just over $200, around like $240. I'll throw exact price breakdown up on the screen right now, but let's test this bad boy out. Alrighty then, hopping right in. We got a time spy score of 2,363 for this system here. And then we tested some esports title first off. One being Fortnite, of course, you gotta play that game. In pro settings, we got 115 FPS average. Yeah, I fucking suck at this game. Anyways, next one up is Apex Legends. In medium settings, we got a 73 FPS average. And you know, running a Rainbow 10 on high settings with the in-game benchmark, we got 119 FPS average. Next up are some games that slaughtered this PC's booty cheeks. We got Borderlands at medium settings with a 41 FPS average. Pretty bad, but whatever. Next one up is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, medium settings. We got a 41 FPS average as well, just like Borderlands. And the temperatures while playing these games, the PC stayed pretty cool. I was pretty happy with it. But keep in mind, we repasted the thermal paste on the GPU and the CPU, so your temps may vary. Let's talk about those benchmarks. So first off, this PC, it can obviously play the games you want. AAA titles, esports titles, most definitely. But now let's talk about tips on how you guys can hopefully build a PC around this price point and around these specs. Tip number one, I said it once and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it. Patience is key, everybody. Just keep searching your marketplaces, keep searching eBay, I guess. I like to do local. I understand your guys' local marketplaces might suck, but mine's pretty good. It just takes some time and these deals will come by. You just gotta be quick and go right to them or you'll miss out on the deals. Like the 1050 Ti here, it was listed at $100. That's a killer still, and I jumped right on that train and I got the 1050 Ti for $100. The main components, I picked up the PC for $50. Like I said, you gotta hop on these deals, you gotta be quick or someone else will snap them up and you'll be out of a deal. So I guess that goes right into tip number two, be quick. I don't know what else to say. You gotta be the Flash in times like this. You gotta be super quick with it, or you're just gonna be stuck in bed crying yourself to sleep because you can't get a cheap PC. Tip number three, don't play yourself. You may see a cheap graphics card for around $50, but it does not mean it's a good card. If there's no description, you gotta use some knowledge. If it looks like a cheap graphics card, it probably is. Don't pay $100 for a GT 210. Just learn, okay? Just don't play yourself. So those are all the tips I can give you, and actually here's a bonus tip. Don't beat yourself up if you missed out on a deal. More will come, I promise you guys. Anyways, if you found this video informative at all or enjoyable, please drop a like and also consider subscribing if you're new here for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.